welcome to tonight's What's for Dinner. I am going to be making, oops, sorry, I'm not in the camera very good, rolling the screen very good. A sweet subscriber, her name is Brenda, had recommended that I try these COPYCAT CHICK-FIL-A chicken sandwiches. You can find this recipe on Pinterest, and they recommended using these chicken breast fillets that you can buy from Aldi's. And so I'm gonna cook these in my air fryer tonight, and we're going to make our COPYCAT CHICK-FIL-A sandwiches. And then they also recommended to use these BRIOCHE, I believe is that how you say it, BRIOCHE buns. And so we're gonna use those. And then I didn't get waffle fries, but I saw these seasoned fries, which came from Aldi, and I thought I would try those. So I have my, I'll turn around a minute and show y'all, but I have my Power air fryer oven. This was a gift for Christmas a couple of years ago. My mother-in-law gave it to me. And I always, there's a little tray that goes in the very bottom, and I always line it with some foil because it just makes cleanup a lot easier. And so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna turn y'all around and let y'all, because I don't even know how big these fillets are. They feel pretty big, so we're gonna look and see. Put my glasses back on now. So here they are, and I'm gonna cut these open. All right, they're pretty good size. So it looks like there are 6 in here, and I have 6 buns. So I'm gonna use my little trays here, see how many I can fit on each tray. Make sure y'all can still see, sorry. Looks like I can put at least 4, and then we'll have another tray with 2. And it says you want to cook these, let's see, at 400. It says to heat for 20 minutes and turn them over and heat for another 15 to 20. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. I'm going to do this at 400 for 20 minutes. And there we go. We'll let that cook, and then we'll come back in just a little bit. It went off now, so I'm going to just kind of pull these out, and I'm going to flip these over. Go ahead and cook these for another about 15 minutes, and we'll see how they do, because it said 15 to 20. So we're just going to do. I've also cut up some lettuce and tomatoes, and we have some pickles, and I will get some cheese out for whoever wants cheese. Okay, y'all, I'm going to check these. They've been in there, like I said, 15 minutes, so we're going to see. Oh, yeah, they're definitely done. They kind of look a little dark. I'll show them to y'all a little better in a minute. Those. Okay, there they are. And like I said, there's a few that got a little darker, but I think they'll be okay. The 2 that were on that second shelf, they don't look, or whatever, look, second shelf, second whatever tray, don't look as bad. So I'm gonna let those sit there for a minute, for a little bit. I'm over here, y'all ignore this fryer, it is old, but anyways, I'm frying up some of those fries, and then we're gonna sit down and eat in just a second. Okay, y'all, got the table all set up with everything.
Hi.
And
I did my nails.
Oh, Courtney's been working on her
nails.
So anyways, we're gonna start making everything up, and we'll let you know how we like it. Just hope I didn't burn those. All right, Bryce, how do you like the chicken sandwich?
Just like every other chicken sandwich I've had.
He, usually when he goes to Chick-fil-A, he gets a grilled chicken, which I will admit was very good because I tried it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna skip over here to Adrian. Adrian said he had chicken sandwich for lunch. So, and I kind of.
It was horrible.
Yeah, well, so this one's better, other than it was a little burnt on the edges where I overcooked it.
A little burnt? A little?
And this one,
this one's half size.
Were they good, other than being a little bit toasty? Okay, Courtney, you actually were talking. She liked it.
I like it.
Goodness.
I put Chick-fil-A and lettuce and pickles
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I had mine with mayonnaise and Chick-fil-A sauce.
Hi friends, if y'all are watching. Hi friends.
Hi. But anyways, this was just you know, like I said, my friend Brenda on here told me about it and I wanted to try it.
Oh, Brenda.
Brenda is a subscriber who told me about this. Told me to look up the
Hello,
Chick-fil-A.
Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
The subscriber.
That
Brenda gets a shout out. Hi,
you gonna say hey to Brenda?
Hey.
Hey, Brenda. My husband
Brenda
might
gets a
even.
shout out.
He doesn't speak much. Anyways, this was good, I thought, and especially it would have been even better if I wouldn't have cooked it quite as long, right? I should have followed a little less of what it said. I followed the oven instructions and I did it in the air fryer. So, anyways. Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's What's for Dinner. We are going to be making, let's see, it's called Italian chicken skillet. Put my glasses on. Me and my husband went on a little trip this weekend for our anniversary, and we actually went through a portion of Oklahoma where there was, I guess, a lot of Amish. And we went to this Amish restaurant and store, and I found this cookbook. I don't know if it's necessarily an Amish cookbook, but it's pretty cool. It has like 1,300 basic recipes that use basic ingredients. It has 24 categories. I mean, it has all kinds of stuff. And these were, I think, a lot of them are older and things like that. But anyways, that's where I got this recipe from. This was called Simply 7 Cookbook, the Practical. Oh no, that's the other one's made by them, sorry. But anyways, that's what we're gonna use. That's where the recipe's coming from. And then also in today's video, I'm gonna be using a new gadget that was sent to me by the company Cusimax. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But it's an infrared cooker. It's like a cooktop. Let me turn y'all around and show y'all a little bit better. Okay, here is what it is. It's basically a 2-burner cooktop. It's an infrared cooktop. And here are the features: the thermostat control knobs with indicator lights, fast heating with crystalline glass plates, cooking plates, stainless steel housing for easy cleaning, easy operation, has functions for stew, fry, boil, overheat protection, automatic, safety cutoff, non-slip feet, compatible with all types of cookware, and perfect for like student accommodation, holiday homes, caravans, offices, whatever. And so I was given a choice of a few different items to review, and I thought this is something that would really come in handy, especially if I'm just cooking and I only need 1 burner, 2 burners. This would actually come in handy for me, or, you know, then I wouldn't have to use, I'm always complaining about my cooktop, the burners not being regulated very well. So we're gonna see how this one works. And also this will come in handy when I'm doing a lot of cooking and I need more burners. So we're gonna use that today. So I'm gonna get this out of the box and set it up, and then we're gonna start cooking. To begin with, these were 2 huge chicken breasts. The recipe called for 4 boneless, skinless chicken breast halves cut into bite-sized pieces. Like I said, mine were pretty big, so they're about the equivalent of 4 probably smaller ones. So let me get everything settled, and we're gonna season these up before we cook. Okay, y'all, thought I was recording and I was not. I got it all opened up, and here's how it looked, by the way. I had zoomed y'all in, I'm so sorry. And it's heating up. I don't have it all the way to high, but I'm hoping, even though my pan's a little big, I'm hoping it'll cook evenly. But I'm gonna take this chicken over here, and I'm gonna use, have some onion powder, and I'll stir this up and probably add a little more when I get it in the pan, some garlic. The recipe didn't call for this, but I can't just do it plain. And then I have some Lowry's seasoned salt, so that's why I'm not gonna use any regular salt. And then I'm gonna use my Kitchen Mama pepper meal. Turn it all the way on high. Once this is heated up, then we'll put it in. Okay, y'all, now we're gonna go ahead and get this chicken in. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more seasoning to it since I couldn't, I just hope this cooks evenly since the burner is not as big as my pan, but we will find out, won't we? shall see. It's definitely not getting as hot as what mine would do, but... So, we'll let that cook a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, I flipped the chicken. I was noticing some of the chicken around the outer edge. I think because this is such a big pan, maybe it's not cooking evenly. So I'm covering it to see if that will help kind of help it cook. So we will see. This may end up being something that you use for smaller pots and pans. Maybe a big skillet like this is not really meant to be used on it. So we'll see though. Okay, I did read the instructions, and you are not supposed to use a pan or a pot that is bigger in diameter than the cooking surface. So that is why it is not cooking evenly. So to be fair, I'm going to move this over to my regular stove and finish cooking over there. I probably could continue cooking on this. It's just going to take me a lot longer, and I'm kind of on a crunch for getting everything ready. So I will use this again, but I'll use it for a smaller pan. So I will come back later in this video with something else cooked on this. Okay, I've moved the meat over here, and I think it's going to cook better on the bigger burner. So I'm going to cover this and just kind of keep a check on it and see about getting that done. Okay, y'all, my chicken is looking good. So I'm going to remove this from the pot, or from the pan, and set it to the side. Okay, y'all. Now, these instructions just said to remove the chicken, set it to the side, and then it says to add all but the pasta, which we have a list of the ingredients, and we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to add our pasta. So I'm assuming we're going to use the same pan. That's what I'm going to use. So I have 1.5 cups of water, and it says 1.5 cups of water or bouillon. So I'm going to... I know that a tablespoon of this is for 1 cup, so I'm going to add a little over a tablespoon and a half just to kind of give it that bouillon chicken flavor. And in case you're wondering what kind I'm using this Nor Poil. I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyways. We're also going to add in a teaspoon of oregano and a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, this is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm going to do it twice for the oregano. And then for the garlic powder, we just need a 1/2 teaspoon. We're also going to add in, it called for either 2 cups of canned tomatoes or 2 cups of spaghetti sauce. I will actually have this is probably close to 2.5 cups because I had a jar of Prego and I started pouring it in here and I'm like, why don't I just use the whole thing, because it's barely over 2. So y'all know I love Prego, so we're going to add that in. And there was one ingredient I did not have, which I thought I had a bell pepper in my refrigerator, which I did, but when it had already been cut, when I opened the container, it had mold on it. So I was like, no, we're not using that. So it had called for 1 green pepper sliced, and then it calls for 1 coarsely chopped onion. I don't know if my onion would be considered coarsely chopped because I didn't want it in big chunks, so I just used my little chopper and chopped it up that way. So we're going to add it in. I don't know why I turned this off, y'all. Anyways, I turned my burner off. Anyways, make a mess. I'm trying to think if I should add anything else in. Maybe not, because the Prego has good flavor. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to add in the noodles, which what we're using is 2 cups of, it says medium shell noodles. I think mine are actually a little smaller shells. So hopefully, I hope that'll be good. Hopefully that's going to be enough. So we're going to let that cook. It says once it does that, y'all, I'm so scatterbrained. We're going to cover and cook it on low for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to return the chicken back to the pan. And then we're just kind of like let it heat through. It says until chicken is cooked. But I think our chicken is just about cooked. So it may not have to go as long. So I'm going to warm this up to a boil. It didn't take long. I walked away and boom, it's already coming to a boil. So we'll go ahead and add these in. Stir it in good. And then I'm going to cover this up and set my timer for 10 minutes. But it says to stir often, so I will come over here and stir it occasionally. There was one thing it didn't have in the recipe, was it said at the top, for added calcium, mix in a cup or two of shredded mozzarella cheese. Or you can do it at the end, just on top of it. So what I'm going to do is, once it's all done, I am going to put in some mozzarella cheese because I think that'll make it good. I'm also cutting up some lettuce and tomatoes for on the side so that we can have some salad. Okay, y'all, it has thickened up and my noodles are almost done. We tried them, they're a little bit underdone. So I'm gonna let these cook a couple more minutes and then we're gonna add in the chicken and some mozzarella cheese. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more hot water because it's thickening up so much. It actually tastes really good, but I wanna make sure these noodles are good and done. These pasta or whatever. I didn't add a whole lot, just a little bit, just to kind of let this get done. Okay, y'all, I think it's just about done. It tastes done. So we're gonna add back in our chicken. Stir this in real good. It actually tastes really good, what I tasted. So we're just gonna kind of warm this through. Let that warm up just a little bit. I will say, y'all, I did one thing wrong. After it comes to a boil and you add those shells, you're supposed to cover and cook it over low for 10 minutes. Mine was not on low, so that's probably why it thickened up like it did so fast. So if you're doing it, turn it down to low for the 10 minutes and then you add in the chicken. It would probably be more saucier than mine, but I think it tastes good. So now I think everything is pretty well heated up. We're gonna sprinkle some mozzarella cheese on it. If you hear a lot of noise, my husband's out there pressure washing his truck. I'm gonna put some of this on top. Huh?
Make it really cheesy.
Make it really cheesy? Cover that up, let that cheese melt, and then I think we'll be ready to eat. Hey, Adrian.
What's up?
Dad is not in here, or Ross, because they're still outside. How do you like this Italian chicken skillet meal?
It is very good. So I'm trying to hurry up to eat it because I caught a bunch of worms and I'm going fishing.
Yeah, we have a pond in the back, so if you don't already know. So yeah, he likes to fish out there.
I gotta get a bunch of bouillon and transport them
Where are you transporting them?
somewhere.
Somewhere?
To heaven.
To heaven. Okay. Courtney went back and got more, so that must mean it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
And usually,
yeah.
but with chicken. And usually, like I said, you know, she doesn't like the red sauce. She's usually an Alfredo person. So, but once Bryce comes in and my husband will get their opinion too. I think it's really good. Not recording all this time. Y'all, I had long conversations with them and was not even recording. So, Bryce, can we replay earlier? Do you like this food?
Take two. Do I like the food? I don't think I like it anymore since the last video that you didn't make.
You told me a while ago you liked it though. Even though it was basically spaghetti with chicken.
It's good though.
So you'll eat it though?
Oh, I'm eating it, ain't I?
Yeah, and you'll probably eat some more, right? Maybe?
Most likely. I mean, like, I'll eat anything if I'm hungry enough.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Okay, and my husband actually said it was not good, but then he got more. And look, he's almost done. And he won't let me show his face, y'all. If y'all could see it, it's funny. So do you approve, I'm guessing? You know, he was kidding with me and said that if I hit 10,000 subscribers, maybe he would show his face. Were you still thinking of doing that, maybe? He don't know yet? I would like to hit 10,000 by my birthday. My birthday's in July 13th. You think we can do it? He'll be like, man.
I don't know 1,000 people.
Mr. Wilson. Hold on, let me turn around so. Okay, y'all, I look crazy. He'll be like Mr. Wilson on, is that his name, Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement? Y'all remember with Tim the Toolman Taylor? And he always, all you ever saw, yeah, all you ever saw was like this, I think, right? Or can I turn around and show you? He just put the placemat up over his face. I should have spun around. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching this part of the video. You know, we'll be back in like 1 second with tomorrow's food. But for y'all,
Bam!
He almost knocked that camera out of my hand.
No, that was the transition. Bam! Bam!
Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's What's for Dinner. I'm going to be making enchilada casserole. It comes from the same cookbook from last night's meal. And I'm doing voiceovers because my husband is watching TV and I didn't want to be making a lot of noise. So what I have is a pound of ground beef that I added a cup of chopped onion, and I'm adding 2 cloves of garlic. And then I also seasoned it up with some salt and pepper, and we're going to brown this meat, cook it until it's browned, and then we will come right back. Okay, now that our meat is drained, it's all cooked and drained, I'm adding in 1 cup of water, and then I'm going to add in 4 teaspoons of chili powder, followed by 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. It calls for 1.5 teaspoons of salt, but I'm only going to add about a teaspoon because I don't want it too salty. And I'm going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to mix all this up well. We're going to bring this to a boil, which doesn't take long. And then we're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, y'all, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. I have this Great Value salsa, and I put 1/2 cup of that at the bottom of my 9 by 13 inch pan, and then I put 6 corn tortillas over the top, and then you put another 1/2 cup of the salsa, and I've spread it out evenly on here. And my meat mixture is almost done, so we're about to bring it over here, and we're going to spread that on top of this. Okay, now I have the meat mixture, and we're going to pour all of that over the top of these tortillas, and we're going to spread that out evenly over the top of this. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take 1 cup of sour cream, and we're going to put this over the top of the meat mixture and then spread it out nice and evenly over that. Okay, so it says next to use 1/2 of the cheese, which it called for 4 cups, so we need 2 cups of cheese to cover the meat mixture, meat and sour cream mixture. And I'm using some of this Mexican cheese that I had left over, and then you'll see I'm going to also add some sharp cheddar cheese to this because I didn't have quite 2 cups. So we're going to spread that evenly over this. Okay, now we're going to take the other 6 tortillas and we're going to place them on top of all of this, and then we're going to take and add the rest of our salsa, which would be 1 cup of salsa. We are going to put on top. I'm using 1/2 cup, so you'll see me do this twice, but we're going to spread that evenly on top of the tortillas. And now we're going to add the last 2 cups of the cheese on top. And once you get this all covered, make sure you have your oven, I should have told y'all this earlier, have your oven preheated to 350, and you're going to put this in the oven and you're going to bake it for 40 minutes. Okay, y'all, I showed y'all this earlier in the video. It's the Cusimax, if I'm saying that right, countertop infrared like cooker. It's a double burner basically that you can use on your counter. So I tried it yesterday, but my pan was way too big. So I wanted to try it again to give it a better review. And so I'm gonna make some iced tea. And the way we make it is we buy the gallon-sized Lipton tea bags, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cover it with water, put it on here and bring it to a boil, and then I take it off and cover it and let it set for a little bit. But I'm also gonna make one of our favorite and easy Spanish rice, the Knorr Spanish rice. We're gonna make that on here and just let you know how it cooks. Okay, as you can see, this fits a whole lot better, so I'm just going to turn this up to high, just right there, and then we'll see how this does. Okay, y'all, as you can see, it does what it's supposed to do. It is starting to boil, and like I said, I always like to turn mine off. I cover it and then I remove it from the burner, so I'm just going to set it over here on top of my stove. And then in just a few more minutes I will start this. Sorry y'all. In a few more minutes we will start this because we still have about 18 minutes left on the enchilada casserole, and I don't want to start it too soon because once this comes to a boil, you cover it and let it boil or simmer for 7 minutes. So very easy, but I just thought I would see how this works because this is very handy if you need, like I said, extra space because you don't have enough, or extra burners, sorry y'all, I cannot think. But if you need extra burners, especially for the holidays, or say you live in a dorm, this would be great to use in your dorm room when you're traveling. Maybe you don't have a stove in your RV or something. So anyways, okay, it's coming up to a boil now. It does take a little longer than my stove to come up to a boil, but it did. So I'm going to turn it down, I don't know, about medium, and we'll keep a check because I need to let this simmer for about 7 minutes. So, okay y'all, got it done. And I would say my overall review is it works good. It does take a little bit longer to heat up. And that may just be the way it's made, not to cook too fast. Maybe I'm used to my stove that cooks so fast, but then again, it's hard to regulate my stove. This one I noticed was easier. Once this came to a boil and I turned it down, it stayed at a simmer. It was good. I turned it up a little bit to help kind of get rid of some of this water that was left. But yeah, I think it's good, and I believe they gave me a discount code that you can use on any of their products. They have not just the cooktops, they have air fryers, man, I think they have dehydrators. I'm not sure. They have several different things. So I will have that link down in the description box below. Okay y'all, the casserole is done and it smells amazing. Oh my gosh, look at that y'all. It looks so good. It's gonna be so cheesy and good. Can't wait to try it, and of course we'll let you know. Y'all, look at it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Courtney's not feeling the best, so she hasn't ate all of her food, but
It's good, it's just,
she doesn't have an appetite.
Yeah, I don't really have an appetite.
And Bryce is not here right now. Adrian's outside fishing, and my husband ran up the road. So when he gets back, Adrian will come in and eat. He wants to eat with his daddy. Y'all, I went back for seconds. This was so good. I'm not even lying to y'all. This was good. I recommend it. If you don't make anything else I made this week, make this one.
Make the pasta one from yesterday. It's better.
To me, this one was better, but hey, to each his own. Or make both, right? Thank y'all so much for watching this week, and we'll see you again next week, right? Bye.
Yeah.